Hello. In this video, we'll review OpenAI platform. How is it different from ChatGPT, and what exactly needs to be done in order to get OpenAI API and the token for it. So this is OpenAI website, and this is the company that is behind very well-known ChatGPT. In order for us to start working with it as a developers, we need something that is called API, Application Programmatic Interface. So the big difference between ChatGPT and API is that ChatGPT is a consumer product. This is something that you can log in as a customer and you can interact with it as a customer. They also have an enterprise version or the education version or just for the teams version. But in any case, this is the product that is end consumer. Right, and it is not designed to be used within, for example, your application normally, and then so you can log into this product, and this is a separate product. They have separate logic inside it. They have this user interface that you interact with, like that you can see and click buttons, and this is all very different from the API, the development kind of resource that is used for by us as developers to access capabilities of OpenAI as the company. Right, so what we need you to go to the API section and to API login. Whenever you are here, you can just simply log in with Google, and this is what I will do. And yep, something like that. And here I am. So again, after I logged in, I can select whether I want a end customer product or I want a developer's product, and in this specific case, we would need a developer's product. So here you can find a lot of documentation. You may read about the OpenAI models that are out there, how do they work, good examples, and this is pretty valuable resource. But in scope of this video, we need just a token to interact with their models, right? So it can be set up here first. As you can see here, it says the organization is personal, and then the project is default project. This is something created for us just after we registered. In order for us to change the details, like for example, organizational overview, you can go here into organizational overview and then change. Let's start with the project. So there is a default project. Here you can create a new project. We will call it test project. Reloading the page sometimes to start seeing this project. So after we reloaded the page, now we can see this test project, and as you can see, it's drastically different from the default project. So default project doesn't have an ID and it doesn't have any limit or settings. So I would need to click here on settings, and with this I will get access to managing the organization and the project. So we need to start top down from setting up the organization. Basically what you can do, you can set up the organizational name, and yeah, basically here is it, and then you can now invite the new users from this tab, members. But first it asks you to add the organization name, so let me add my name. And now I can invite members to this organization. So in this case, I would, for example, invite dev@pragmaticdlt.com, and I'll set it to be owner. This is important for us to be able to set everything up, and then you can remove or degrade this customer later. Like as you can see, you can delete it after. So after you've created the user, you would need to go to the billing and add the payment details. So by default, your balance is 0, and you have a free trial with some limited amount of tokens, but basically you need to prepay for the usage in order for the system to be working properly. You can check the pricing here. So it's pretty simple. So for example, this is the most popular model right now, GPT 4.0. It costs $5 for 1 million tokens, where one token is approximately equal to 1 word. It's not always a 1 word, but you can think of it like this. So 1 million words as an input would basically cost $5. As an output, what chat generates would cost $15 for the same 1 million tokens. So it's like, I mean, this is the price, and this is what you need to pay in order to use the OpenAI API. And after you'll set up the payment details, you would need to top up the account initially. I would suggest to top up something like $20, $50, and then set the auto recharge when the balance is less than $15 on the account. And normally, I mean, if you do not have a huge traffic or we do not process a huge amounts of data, this number is something that's equal to what you'll spend in a month. So just make sure you always have a balance here, because if at some point your card will be declined, the balance would go to 0. Your app will just not have access to OpenAI models, and the AI portion of your app would just stall, right? So after you've added the payment details and topped up the account, you can go here back to the project. If you remember, we created the test project, and you can select from here what project do you want to grant access to. And then in members, you will be able to add the member. Oh, all right. Pardon me, you already added a member through organization, so it should be fine. You do not need to add members additional to the projects. You can set the limits to exclude some specific models. For example, GPT-4 is the most expensive one. You may want to block it. But again, we do not suggest this, and we will help you set it up if that would be important for you later on. For now, the only thing you need to do is members, and add billing. That's basically it. Thank you.